And holy crap. All right, and welcome back, guys. It's time for another Tier 5 review. If you're new here, we're going over every single Tier 5 ability, skill, whatever you want to call it, in Cold War in Season 2, and we're kind of reviewing it, testing it, and see what all it does and see if it's worth using your crystals on. Now, I think it's time we do another perk. It's about time we go ahead and do Quick Revive. In my opinion, Quick Revive Tier 5 is probably one of, if not the single best Tier 5 abilities in the entire game, and probably one of the very first things that you should buy. And we're going to cover that in depth in this video. Why exactly I think this should be the first thing you buy, my arguments for that, and stuff like that. So starting off, we have reduce the time it takes to regen to full health by 50%, reduce the time it takes to revive an ally by 50%. So really cool. Once you start regenerating health, it's going to take half the amount of time to go from 0 to full health, which is actually really cool and really nice. Then when we get Tier 1, down crawl speed is increased by 100%, which is kind of cool, but not really the best thing ever. It's not going to help in a lot of cases. Tier 2, reduce the delay before health starts regenerating by 50%. That right there is huge, and that made kind of Quick Revive the best perk in Season 1, in my opinion. Quite a bit better than Juggernaut. Being able to, start regenerating health in half the time was huge. And then Tier 3, reviving an ally will also heal you to full health. Amazing stuff there. Being able to revive a guy even in a tight pinch, absolutely extremely helpful. Now here's where we get to the Tier 4 stuff. Reviving an ally will increase both players' movement speed for a limited time. This is amazing. So now not only when you revive someone are you going to be at full health, both you and your teammate are going to be able to jet off really quickly. That way, if you had a kind of a horde build up, you're able to get out of the situation, move, and get out of there really quick. Very helpful for outbreak and stuff like that. Now when we get to Tier 5, however, killing an enemy while downed will revive you and remove Quick Revive perk. This right here might be the single strongest tier upgrade in the entirety of Cold War. This is absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you exactly why. Pretty much makes Tombstone completely useless. Before this season, there was very little reason to use Tombstone, and with this, in my opinion, Tombstone's useless, it's irrelevant, and there's probably no reason to even buy Tombstone if you've got Tier 5 with this. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and get in game and test this. As you can see, we've already bought it Tier 5 before this video just because this one is such a big and important upgrade for me that I could not live without it until we made this review because it dramatically changes up gameplay and all of that. So with that, let's go ahead and hop in game. So I'm going to go ahead and get the points needed and everything we need to go ahead and fully test this. While I'm doing that, if you guys want to join us on our goal to hitting 50K, I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to hit it by the end of next month. I also want to give a huge thanks to everyone in the like and comment club who like and comment on every single video. There's about 50 of you guys, and it helps these videos out so much. Stuff like liking, commenting, and watching the video in its entirety helps out the YouTube algorithm a lot and is part of the reason this channel is growing as fast as what it is. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead, get points, and I'll be back with you guys when we're all set up. All right, now we got enough points to go ahead and buy it. We're gonna test out the speed effect real quick with this. So here is running across this plane of field without the speed effect. As you can see here, we do have stamina up and we're able to run across here. Now let's go ahead and we'll try it again after reviving someone. All right, so here we go. Gonna revive, and holy crap. As you can see, the amount of time it takes to cover that distance once you revive someone is huge. The amount of speed you get from reviving someone is crazy. And you stack that on top of stamina up, and you're gonna have a great time. Like, we're testing this with stamina up, and the reason we're testing it with stamina up than without it is because most of the time you revive someone, you're already gonna have your perks, and I want to test it in a real world environment. And in most cases, I'm going to have stamina up. So this is the most general use case I can think of for using Quick Revive and reviving someone. So there we go. That was testing the reviving portion of it, but now let's go ahead and test the self-reviving capabilities. So if I run into a horde of zombies, oh no, I go down. Look at this. All I've got to do, knife a zombie. If you have any sort of like knife weapon, we're back up. Just like that. Took 2 seconds. Didn't have to use a self-revive, and then we went down again, so it didn't really help us. But as you saw there, that was quick, easy, and painless. Whereas if you look at something like Tombstone would have been kind of risky to get ourselves back up with. We would have had potentially go into our shadow form and then try to find ourselves and revive ourselves with the zombies trying to hit us. Whereas with this, legitimately, we went down, took us 2 seconds to get ourselves back up, and all we got to do now is buy Quick Revive again, and we're good to go without any of that hassle of trying to use Tombstone. And on top of that, Tombstone's just buggy. But I have another trick to show you guys that is also extremely helpful for reviving yourself with Quick Revive on higher rounds. So give me a second, let me get all my perks back, and I'll be back with you guys in a moment. Now, one thing I've realized that's really helpful with Quick Revive is using it in combination with Elemental Pop Tier 5. So as you guys know, when you go down, you actually have to get a kill to get revived, But if we go down here, we do have a Pack-a-Punch pistol. But if we go down with elemental pop, we got back up immediately, as you saw there. That's because the elemental pop goes off whenever you reload or go down or anything like that. All right, now I got quick revive and speed cola again. And watch, if we go down here, when you first go down, it's gonna activate your elemental effect. But now all you gotta do is shoot around zombies, reload, and Cherry Fizz, if you just reload near zombies, is going to kill zombies near you. So you don't have to kill them with the pistol if that's all you have. All you gotta do is spam the pistol, reload, and you're gonna get back up just about every single time. All right, boys, now we're back. We're gonna do some testing because I've gotten some mixed results, actually. So I've realized that sometimes when I pack a weapon and use it while in final stand, kind of trying to revive myself, sometimes it uses the weapon I have, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it uses a past weapon I have, sometimes it's using some other things. So we're gonna test a few things out. So right here, as you can see, we have an unpack-a-punched burst pistol. We're gonna go ahead, get this tier 3, go down, and see what weapon we have. So here we go. Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and you know what? We'll go ahead and put dead wire on it as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead, get down by the zombies, and we should be using the burst pistol here when we go down. So zombies are gonna knock us down. We're gonna activate, oh well, crap. So yeah, like I was saying, if you have electric cherry or wonder fizz and you go down, most of the time you're gonna just revive yourself automatically because that little effect's gonna go off when you go down pretty much every single time. All right, here we go. So now we do not have electric cherry. Let's go down and let's see if this is the weapon we have when we go down. So yes, we do have our Pack-a-Punch max tier burst pistol when we go into final stand. And as you can see, per body shot, we're doing about 500 damage. That is what this weapon does when you're doing body shots on zombies, is about 500 damage. So let's go ahead. Let's get rid of this burst pistol. So now we no longer have that. Let's go ahead, buy quick revive again, and see what weapon we have when we go down. Let's see if it's the base version of the pistol or the Pack-a-Punch version of the pistol when we go ahead and go down. All right, so now we're on the ground. And as you can see, we do not have the Pack-a-Punch version of the pistol. We're still able to kill a zombie, but it gave us, or well, it did give us the Pack-a-Punch version of the pistol, but it gave us the base tier Pack-a-Punch version of the pistol. It didn't have the camo on it because usually when you go down in a final stand with these previous weapons, you don't have the camo on it, but it was doing tier 1 Pack-a-Punch damage. It was not doing tier 3 damage, unfortunately. So it does not seem to keep the effect of having a tier 3 Pack-a-Punched weapon. So if you're getting these other weapons to use while you're down, there doesn't seem to be any point of Pack-a-Punching it to tier 3, because if it's a past weapon you have, it's only gonna have the tier 1 effect, and it did not keep dead wire either. So it's not really gonna help you much in this scenario. And with that, it seems way more reliable to kind of rely on kind of a melee weapon or a weapon that you currently have, you know, in your hand. Some sort of pistol you've already got going like that. Or better than that, the electric cherry effect. Most of the time I go down, I rely on the electric cherry to get me back up. And then to me, that's probably the single best way, because on higher rounds, you're always gonna have electric cherry because you're gonna have all of the perks. And on top of that, it's really easy to set off and it's really easy to kill zombies. I'd say about 90% of the time I go down, I can rely on electric cherry to get me back up, quickly buy all the perks, and get back in the game. Now, with all that being said, there's one more thing we've got to test real quick. Let's go ahead, get the ray gun, and test how this works using the ray gun while in final stand. Obviously, if we get the ray gun and then lose the ray gun, we should still be able to keep it as our secondary weapon. But just to make sure for this video, we're gonna get it, test it out, and make sure it works like that. Boom, there we go. It took a little bit of time, but we did get the ray gun, so now we can go ahead and test this with the ray gun. Obviously, let's slap a few Pack-a-Punch stuff on here. Go ahead, get it tier 2. So obviously, when we go down, while holding the ray gun, it's gonna be the tier 2 Pack-a-Punch ray gun, but I wanna see what happens when we go down not having the ray gun. So if we go down with the ray gun, you know, this is gonna be really easy to get back up. If we're not able to kill a zombie with the ray gun, we have issues. Holy crap, we can't even die. So yeah, look at that, and we're back up. We had the tier 2 Pack-a-Punch ray gun when we were down. Let's go get rid of the ray gun. And after getting rid of the ray gun, let's see if we have a tier 1 Pack-a-Punch ray gun or what we're dealing with on the ground. Just to get a quick little test, as we can see, if we do a body shot, we're doing about 4,000 damage with the direct impact. And then obviously the splash damage is doing some damage as well, just to kind of get some numbers here. All right, there we go, boys. We've got rid of the ray gun. Let's go ahead, go down, and see what we're dealing with when we go down. All right, so we're down. We do have the ray gun. It is Pack-a-Punch. Let's try to get a nice clean body shot. And ooh, that was really hard to tell. We're gonna have to go down again. I really too big of a horde, couldn't really tell how much damage we did. But as you can see, if you get rid of the ray gun and you go down, if you've had the ray gun at any point during the game, you will have the ray gun when you go down. So if you got a friend who's got the ray gun, let them pass you the ray gun. All you got to do is pick it up. So all you got to do is let your friend drop the ray gun, you pick it up, and you'll be able to use the ray gun from then on out. So if we go ahead, body shot, and yes, it does appear to be the pack 1 ray gun. It's not the tier 2. It's not doing that extra damage. So if you pack it and then get rid of it, it's just going to give you the generically packed ray gun. But that is an amazing strat that I definitely recommend if you are playing co-op. Definitely, if one person gets the ray gun, have that one person pass around the ray gun, as long as everyone in the lobby is kind of, you know, reliable. You don't want to pass the ray gun off to someone and then they just keep it, because that would suck. So probably only if you're playing with friends, but that alone is going to make a big difference. If you go down with quick revive and you have the ray gun, you should almost every single time be able to get yourself back up. But even if you don't get the ray gun, there's still so many other techniques you can do to revive yourself, whether it's the shovel or if it's elemental pop. So many amazing things with this perk, and that's why I'm going to say this is probably the single best tier 5 upgrade in the game. I really can't think of anything I'd rather have. There's some other amazing ones. Stamina up tier 5 is great. Obviously, melee tier 5 upgrade's great. But right now, out of everything I've reviewed and everything I've kind of seen in the game, I'm definitely going to have to go with Quick Revive tier 5 being the single best upgrade in the game, boys. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up. We've done a lot of testing in this video. If you guys want to see more of these, I have a playlist on my channel that shows every tier 5 review we've done and a bunch of stuff like that. And if you guys watch this point of the video, make sure you guys comment Quick Revive is Pog in the description below. Yeah, but with that, I think it's about time we go ahead, end this video, wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.